What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk just a little bit of information on Nio and what goes on after you buy their car, but we're also going to talk a little bit about Tesla and their delivery numbers that they pushed out yesterday for Q1. Actually did pretty good. So before we hop into that, guys, hit that sub button. It's the best way to support the channel. We're trying to hit 4,000 subs by the end of this month. Let's see if we can make that happen. We made 2,000 happen, so let's make this happen. Also, link in the description for the Patreon if you guys want to hop into our personal Discord, as well as get access to our portfolio and the April portfolio or the Discord portfolio, whichever you call it, that we're starting actually on Monday. So if you guys want in, now's your chance to get in, get your stocks in. We let the people in the Discord pick which stocks to put into the portfolio, and then we get to vote on them and to see which ones go in, and we're going to let that ride. So if that's something you guys want to do, Patreon down low, get in there. Go get it while you can. Without further ado, let's get some razzle dazzle and hop into it, man. So let's start off with the video with Nio. So Nio, I was browsing through Twitter this morning while I was at work and came across a tweet that Nio put out about their thing. It's called Nio House. And basically, once you buy a Nio car, it's almost like Nio becomes a brand. Like, they're trying to become more than just a car company. Like here in the States, like we just went and bought a car the other day, and it's like my relationship with that dealer is going to be done. Like, they might check on me one more time, but I just got my title in the car. Like, they're going to be done with me after that because they got the money, I got my car, and that's pretty much it. But Nio, on the other hand, man, they're completely changing the game here. If we look at the website, so I clicked on the tweet, and this is what it brought me to. If we look at their website, it's called Nio House, and it says Beyond a Showroom. But basically, it's like a whole bunch of stuff in one location. They're called Nio Houses, but it says once you purchase your Nio vehicle, you gain admittance to Nio Houses around China. So basically, it's like it's a showroom, but then there's also other things inside of the building. There's a Nio Cafe with their own coffee drinks. You get a library where you can borrow any book or DVD and return it to any Nio house. So it's like a public library, dude. Like, go do your research there. You get conference rooms, you get lab meeting room space, room space for individuals, users to host. You get live rooms, like a lounge, relax, and like a read room, with your friends and stuff, if that's what you're into. But I think this is a big kicker right here. Childcare. You get childcare. It says where you can leave your little ones while you go shop and run errands. I'm just gonna go drop my kids off at the freaking car dealership while I go to Target and pick up some Pokemon cards. It's just like, and you can scroll through here and it's like, man, like,
yeah, like I was talking to you before this, it kind of creates this whole like lifestyle kind of thing. Like, you are a part of Nio after you buy a Nio car,
right?
Right. It's like you gain some kind of prestige by buying a Nio.
It's like a social club.
Exactly.
Like, that is dope. Like, I think this is really cool to see. I think that's really cool to see. And
yeah, and it just helps build the community. That's the biggest thing with a lot of things, is you need to build a community. And like we said before, you create this giant community that just loves. The more products and stuff Nio releases besides cars, like, you're gonna build brand loyalty like crazy, like pretty much like Apple, on steroids, I think, because you slap a logo on anything and they're gonna buy it. Well, same with Nio, but I mean, this could be even bigger,
And so, I think their word of mouth travel is going to be their best form of like advertising.
They're doing everything right with all their service. Like, their service is like top notch. Like, they just show up to your car and swap out your tire, like, no problem. And I mean, they're just going to build a great name for themselves, and that's how you grow.
100% agree. The VP of User Operations at Nio, he said in right here in this article, it says they currently have 23 Nio houses and 6 houses under design, and they plan to build 20 more of these in 2021, totaling 49 total Nio houses. I'm like, that's
pretty awesome.
Like, as an adult, I was thinking about this the other day, kind of off topic. As an adult, where do you go to make friends? Like, if these came to the States, man, I'm going to Nio House to make friends. Like, that's where I'm going to go to make friends. I'm going to go to the damn car dealership and chill with my Java at the bar and talk to other Nio owners, Like, I just think this is a really cool concept, and I hope this takes off because I think this is awesome. I really do. But no, I think that's super cool. It's just a little bit of tiny, entertaining article. I thought that was pretty cool, so we figured we'd share it with you guys, get a little kicks and stuff out of it. So, but let's go ahead and hop over to the more actual news of the Tesla delivery numbers.
The meat and potatoes, as you say.
Right, the meat and potatoes.
So, yeah, Tesla, as you said, they came out with their Q1 delivery numbers. So I'm going to just run through what they did a total of 2020 and their Q4 of 2020 before I say what the Q1 was, just so you have a reference. So their total Q1 or total for 2020, they produced 509,000 cars and delivered 499,000. Q4 2020, they produced 179,000 and delivered 180,000, and then in Q1, so what was just released, they produced 180,338 to be exact, and they delivered 184,800. And what was expected deliveries was 177,822. So they did beat their expected delivery, and I'm assuming their expected delivery was a little lower because they did have a fire at at the Fremont factory, right, actually, and also a chip shortage. I mean, they were affected by the chip shortage. Elon said it was a supply shortage, which was a chip shortage. So if you compare that to Q4 of last year, they produced 179,000 in Q4, and then in Q1 they produced 180,000.
Right.
So not really, pretty much no growth there. So Q1 of this year that was just released, they delivered 184,800 and they delivered 180,570 in Q4. So I mean, there's a little bit of growth there, but like I said, they did have the fire. So.
But they also produced less this quarter, like you said, the 180,000, but they delivered 184. So it sounds like they had a couple cars already on standby that were already produced, from previous quarters.
Right. So like I said, their totals for 2020, they produced 509,000, but they only delivered 499,000. Right. So they had 10,000 vehicles in some big parking lot, that weren't sold, that were just sitting there. So it is, I guess, good that they are obviously starting to sell those, because you don't want to produce tens of thousands more than you're selling, because that's no point of that.
Right.
So that's good to see, but I mean, kind of also disappointed that they didn't really grow at all from Q4 to Q1.
Right.
Like I said, you got to cut them a little slack with the Fremont factory stuff, but not really cutting them any slack with the chip shortage stuff, because Nio had the same problems, and they grew.
They still crushed
18.5%.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. They grew 18.5%.
Right.
And like I was telling you before, you gotta. Yes, Nio's smaller, but yet they only have one factory. Tesla has, a whole lot of factories.
Right.
And they weren't really able to grow. Like that's kind of disappoints me. But I mean. It is what it is.
I think it kind of disappointed a few other people, because Jeffries lowered their price target.
Right. Yeah. So, they lowered their price target on March 29th. So they probably, they knew something. It wasn't going to be the most exciting numbers.
Right.
So they lowered it from 775 to 700. So that's a pretty, a pretty good decrease.
Right. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, because there were analysts that lowered theirs on Nio as well. There was a couple of them that lowered their price targets on Nio. Obviously it's probably the same proportion as what that was for Tesla. But
probably.
I see both sides of the argument there, with Tesla having more factories. Like, why couldn't you produce more? The chip shortage, okay. But like Nio only has one factory and they're putting out numbers and they're still increasing. Like, I can see both sides to the argument. So.
Yeah, I guess they hit expected deliveries, which is good for the stock. It's just I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't,
Right.
I would think from going from Q4 to Q1 that they should have been able to produce, going from 180,000, I would think they would be able to do close to 200,000.
Right, you would think.
In Q1.
You would think.
And they didn't produce any more cars in Q4 than they did in Q1.
Right.
Nothing, like not even 1,000 cars.
Right.
So it's kind of disappointing, but I mean, I know they're trying to do like 1 million cars this year. I mean, they're gonna have to
definitely step
really
it up.
step it up.
Definitely
Really step it up.
Let us know in the comment section below what you guys think. Do you guys think these numbers are good for Tesla? Do you think they're bad? Do you think Nio's going to easily catch them? Obviously, you know, they're not going to do the same numbers, but like growth percentage wise, like, do you think Nio's like on the track to, you know, outrun Tesla in the next, you know, 5 to 10 years? Let us know in the comments below.
You also have Volkswagen that's, you know, coming in hot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're going to really have to step it up if they want to stay ahead of
I agree. Volkswagen, I would be concerned about.
Yeah, and I've seen some comments saying that, you know, the Volkswagens look terrible. I do agree, but the ID.4 or 0.4, however they say it, I think it actually looks pretty good. They have some other EVs. I don't know if there's prototypes or whatever, but they do look pretty terrible. But the ID.4 one, like at least in the States, I think it looks pretty good. Yeah. Nothing amazing, but I mean, I would drive one. Right. It doesn't look terrible.
Right.
So
yeah, I guess there's only one way to find out, and that's just to wait. So yeah, I guess we'll find out. But if you guys like this kind of content, hit the like, share, notification bell, all that good stuff. That pretty much is going to wrap up our video. So again, thank you guys so much for all the support. Link in the description for the Patreon if you guys want to hop into our Discord, get access to our portfolio and the Discord portfolio that we're starting up on Monday. Also, yeah, we have YouTube merch coming. We've had a couple people ask for it, so if you guys want any of that, we're going to put it down below, all that stuff. We're not forcing it on you, but we've had a few people ask, so we're like, what the hell? It doesn't hurt anything to put it out there. So there's that coming as well. But again, thank you guys so much for all the support, and we'll see you in the next video.